I traveled to Denmark to live and train at a medieval fair. That's my boomer mic. Medieval fairs or markets are basically public reenactments where history enthusiasts and artisans gather. Usually all participants dress up loosely period-accurate dress, set up camp and market stalls, and start making trades. For entertainment purposes, there are either buhurt competitions, jousts, or even sometimes, like this time, complete battle revivals. Ironically, the battle that was being revived or reenacted during this medieval fair in Denmark was the Battle of Lindanes, where the Danes were invading Estonia. And I'm from Estonia, so I got to see how Estonia was conquered for 5 whole times, which was fun. I don't mind. I think it is good that we don't forget history and we don't forget that we are not always the good guys. There's a lot of history in Europe to still educate ourselves about and know about. So in my case, what was I doing at this event? I am a buhurt fighter, so me and 6 other Finnish fighters gathered up and decided that we want to go there and run a public training camp with the Danish teams. It was mostly intended for women to promote the sport for other women because, well, as you can imagine, there's not many of us because, hey, it's not that fun to get axed in the head. But we tried to make it more approachable. Honestly, it's not that scary. It's fun and it's a lot of excitement. However, in this video, we are not going to focus as much on the training. Instead, let's talk about the fun stuff. The festival, the clothes, and what did people wear in medieval times? And how did we survive in these horrible weather conditions with medieval clothes? Well, disclaimer, we didn't. It was horrible. It was cold, nasty, and wet. But I figured it out. I found a way, and I'll show you how. Now is a good time for a disclaimer, because whatever you're going to see here, I'm not claiming any historical accuracy, okay? Okay, let's not roast me in the comments, please. Thank you. I am just an enthusiast. I started with LARP, cosplay, you know, the regular stuff. And historical accuracy has always been something that is super scary for me. So now I would just like to say I like to dabble in mildly historically inspired fashion. By the way, I really wanted to go and film these clips about the outfit outside, but my social anxiety got the best of me today. So here we are. I made my set adorable. I made my lights a bit better also, hopefully. Okay, now to the outfit part. The first layer I'm wearing is technically underwear. It's a simple, I think it's a cotton shift. Honestly, I don't know if it's cotton or linen because I thrift most of the materials I use. I'm very big on recycling and using the cheapest alternatives possible when I'm making my crafts because I'm not very confident in myself, so purchasing linen to make loosely historically inspired underwear would be just too expensive in that sense, and excessive also because this is a garment you don't really see, and it doesn't matter if it is cotton or linen, either or works. What matters is how it is crafted, and it represents the practical goal of the garment. So one more thing about the underwear I'm wearing. I'm already kind of shifting away from historical accuracy because I'm actually wearing pants. Why is that? Women in medieval times, and when I'm talking about medieval times, I'm usually referring somewhere in between 11th to 14th century. So women in these times usually did not wear underwear, so it would be easy and accessible to go to the toilet. In my case though, I prefer the modern comfort of wearing pants. Yep, I do buhurt, I do a lot of sport, I'm short and I'm a little bit beefy, so I do need some supports between my legs to protect the skin. By the way, if you hear slurping, meowing and tiptoeing in the background, it's my cat. He is always the main character. The sun went down, so I had to reinvent my entire set again. It's okay. It's the first video I'm doing over a while. We'll get there eventually. Anywho's, layer number 2 is this beautiful linen kirtle or a tunic. I don't know. There are so many names for the same thing. Basically what it is, it's a garment made out of squares and rectangles. It has no specific shape to it. I got this kirtle from the Danish medieval market actually, because I went there with almost no historical clothes because my wardrobe was not quite there yet. I saw it and I immediately fell in love with the simple linen look. There were so many options, so many colors, etc, etc. But why I chose this one is because it's very versatile. Let's say one day I decide to reenact as a Viking or 13th, 14th century. It is literally the same garment that a working woman would wear during this time. I love it. It's super comfortable. I like the loose fitting cut. I don't really like the super tight fitting garments that are coming a couple of centuries later, or the more high class garments. I am very much into the working woman's wear. For accessories, I have very limited options. I only have this modern leather bag, which has been my trusty partner through almost every event I've been to. I know I should have a better option. We'll get there next year. Every year I'll get something better. This bag looks good enough for my standards right now. For my second accessory, I would be wearing my tablet woman belt with some, I think these are squirrel tails attached to it for decoration. I got these tails actually from the second-hand shop I get all my materials from. I was super excited to find them because, yeah, I mean, they're actual tails from a shop. I know some people are a bit squeamish about, furs, but I believe in recycling, and if something is already out there, then I'll rather use it for my purpose than, actually throwing away and sacrificing the animal for nothing. These tails are so cute. I like them on my belt. It adds a bit of character to my look. For another layer of comfort and warmth, I'm wearing a hood. Fun fact, this hood is the very first medieval item I made. It's fully hand-sewn from, again, thrifted wool. I am not a big person of wearing colors, so everything I wear is either black, grey, white. And I do have one red item I will show you later. This hood is a very... how do I say? This hood is not very comfortable. I think I should have made it a bit bigger from the shoulders. I feel like it kind of puckers in this weird way that it doesn't kind of know where to sit, and it creates this awkward shape at the neck area. So I'm thinking about making a new hood soon, and also I think I would like to use a more later design that would have this round coif instead of this Viking coif. But it is good to have options for both. This is definitely a more Viking style hood. However, the Viking style hoods did not usually have this layer pipes? I don't know how it's called. The tail. They didn't have the tail. So yeah, it's a hood. It does its job. It's warm, wool, all the basics. Okay, what to do now if the weather is so bad that I don't know how many layers of kirtles you're going to wear. It is still bad. It's raining, it's cold, it's windy. So let me show you the pièce de la résistance, the wool cape. I actually don't know if these types of capes are historically correct. I don't know, for some reason it feels more like a fantasy item, but I bought it also from the fair. It is recycled wool with, again, a pre-loved wolf belt. I really liked the wolf belt and the black design because my goth heart. This item saved my life. I'm not joking, it totally saved me. It was soaked. It was completely soaked, but it kept me warm even though the weather was so bad, everything on me was wet, but it's just so big. It's literally to the ground. I will show you in a minute how it looks on, but it is very big on me. It covers me entirely. It's basically like wearing a blanket with fur. This is the one item I will never go without to any event ever again. I'm literally willing to sleep with it because it's so good. For additional warmth, I have this one final secret weapon, which is hose. These are basically two separate chausses you attach to your brace with the strings on the sides of them. And this type of garment was normally worn by men, actually. This is not something that women would wear. For women, the hose were more like stockings with the sock part attached to them also, but I like to enjoy the modern comfort of being able to change my socks and just wear the single pair of basically pants for the entire event. For shoes, I'm wearing these Viking style boots I got from a reseller. They were cheap and they were also very poor quality. I had to do some modifications on them to actually make them wearable. I wasn't able to wear them for the fair, which is sad, but I have fixed them now. Anywho's, we are done. I am dressed and now let's go to the fair. But the cat is too cute.